Cetus Lite. I picked this thing because, for one, it looked like it had a beefier frame, but more importantly, it has a nice feature when you crash it or it flips over or whatever, is it automatically shuts down, because kids don't always have the presence of mind to disarm the drone. So this thing does it on its own. It's also, the frame is a little bit beefier, so banging into stuff, it should hold up a little better. And he's got maybe, how many batteries have you flown through this?
Probably about 8.
About 8. I would agree with that. It's probably about 8. And it's been doing pretty good. It's fairly easy to use and set up. I will say that he will panic disarm it when he hits something, and it's taken a couple just sort of 6-foot drops to the concrete, and the bottom of the frame where the motors are is starting to give out. So, and these have all been supervised flights. He hasn't been abusing it. I haven't been letting him fly it unsupervised because we're actually trying to spend some time getting quality flight time in without tearing the thing up too much. So other than that, it's been holding up pretty good. The motors do loosen up and kind of slide up, so you have to reseat them every now and then. That's actually how I found that was broken. So another thing I like about it is it uses the BT 2.0 300 mAh batteries that my whoops use. It's got the, like I say, the BT 2.0 connector, which is great. So I'm able to use my batteries on his and vice versa. So that's good. And it flies pretty well. It flies higher RPM, it seems like, than this is the one I got for my daughter. I think that's the Beta 65 Lite. This is definitely more lower RPM. It uses, looks like this thing might have a little bit bigger motors too, but it's got plenty of power. It flies good. As far as a kid standpoint, the controller is pretty familiar to a kid. This feels a lot like a PlayStation or an Xbox controller. Not great for pinching, but we'll work on that once he gets all his orientations down. It's got several functions, which the buttons are click in, click out, so you don't have to worry about toggling switches, but all of these have functions. So, and it is easy to kind of screw things up, which we had to figure out what was wrong. But it does have nice features, like you can change, this button will change the frequency the video transmitter's on. That's pretty cool. This one changes it from a slow to a fast mode, so learning he can be on slow, and then clicking that will turn it into a higher rate setup. This one's an auto calibration, so if it's flying a little funky, you can sit it down on a flat surface and click that, and it will recalibrate center on the gyros to level it out. And then that's the button to arm it. It charges via USB-C. It's got an on-off switch. It's got a LiPo in there to power it. It's pretty small, fits in his hands really well. So that part I think he really likes, because it's got definitely more of a game controller feel. I like it, other than you have to keep an eye on those where those buttons are clicked in. It's pretty good. This is the previous sort of beginner setup goggle. This is the one I bought for my daughter. It's a little bigger and bulkier, you can see. But this has more features. It has a DVR built in. It's got I don't know if this is diversity, but it's got 2 antennas. Better reception, I'm sure. This one is definitely more basic, but it's also much smaller. So I really like this. I was always afraid she's going to snap these antennas off. It doesn't even have them. So for a kid that might throw it down when they're playing around, I like this a lot. It's actually pretty comfortable. It's LCDs on the top, and there's a mirror that reflects it back into your eyes. But the cushion and everything is pretty comfortable. As an adult, I can wear this and see. That seems to be okay. This is also rechargeable. You don't have to worry about taking batteries out of it. It's got simple scan functions to find proper channels and view other quads and whatnot. So here, try this on so everybody can see. So you see it fits in pretty good. You think it's comfortable? He said he can see down around the nose a little bit, so there is a little bit of light bleed, but you know, for the price, we're not
I
complaining.
see the camera. It's right.
Want to show everybody your tooth? He lost his front teeth. So I really like this setup. It's a little bit cheaper than this one was. I think it was around $150 for the whole thing. And as other ones mentioned, it comes with charging cable, spare motors, spare props. Actually has a manual in English, which is easy to read, and a charger, and it comes with 2 batteries. So other than the sort of durability issues, which you know, I don't think it's all that out of the ordinary to crash something, you know, when you're learning to fly. So other than the bottom of this frame breaking, it's been pretty good, and it flies pretty well. And 8 batteries in, and he's zipping around. He's already flying through gates and all that. So
Wait.
what? You got something you want to say about it?
Look.
What?
Maybe it's for. Maybe that stands for also film on YouTube.
It's got some different gimbals, so you can go to more of a stick type gimbal. But yeah, for $150, I mean, it's not bad. So I guess bad things about it is probably, again, the controller. As the child gets older, it doesn't have, like, this bounces back like game controller style, where obviously you're fighting that. So you know, as the child progresses in flying, this probably becomes more of an issue. I think you can rebind this to one of the light controllers or something like that. I think this is using the, what's it called? I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name of the protocol. It's not on the FR Sky or anything like that. Other quick little things. It has a OSD. So in the goggle, he's learning about, he can monitor his flight time. He knows it flies around 3 minutes. He can look at battery voltages. What battery voltage do we land?
I don't remember, but it's 3 or 2.
Yeah, it's 3.3 volts is when it starts flashing low voltage on the screen. So,
Yeah.
So yeah, he can keep an eye on his own voltages and his flight time. Shows you the flight mode and stuff. It's a super basic OSD, but it's nice that it's on there. Pretty cool. Anything you want to add about this quadcopter? Do you like it?
Yeah, but did you know that once the battery ran down, I flew another drone.
Oh yeah, one more thing about this drone is if you're maybe an adult buying it or whatever, it does not have acro mode. So if you're wanting to, you know, take it outside and dive trees and do flips and rolls and stuff, this isn't it. So this is basically just to get you off the ground, get you flying, train you in the basics, and then you know, it has some self-preservation stuff built in as well. Like I say, where it cuts the motors if the axis is too high or it crashes, it hits a wall, it cuts the motors on its own, so you're not tearing up props and bending motor shafts, which has been the case on this one. So I like it. I think it's a good value for him. You know, I've been training him on Tiny Whoop Go for a bit, and he just, because it's sort of a video game, not a lot of interest, and Tiny Whoop Go is kind of hard, but he's been enjoying flying this a lot. So pretty pleased with it. Looks like we're going to be replacing a frame on it, but we'll keep flying it for now, and hopefully it keeps holding up. But yeah, that's it for $150. I think it's a great starter. So, and it's all in one box. It's all easy to go, and if you just want to start flying around your house, it's great. One thing I haven't really tested with it is range. You see, it's probably just got a patch antenna in there, as well as the antennas on this are internal. So I don't know how well it's going to do, like flying. Like here, we fly upstairs and around the house and in other rooms, so I don't know how well it's going to work in that way. But as far as flying around in the same room you're in, like in here, we have gates and things like that set up as obstacles. It's been really good. So if you want to get your feet wet and have everything in one box ready to go, get you up and flying within minutes of opening the box, this is awesome. And if you're like me, you have a little guy who is learning FPV, also a very good value. I definitely think it's better than this combo, which I'm not even sure if this is still available. I think I might have ordered the last one of these for Christmas, but yeah. What's up, buddy?
Hey guys, did you know that if one of these be damaged, I get wonky controls.
Yeah, it doesn't fly very good with damaged props, does it?
Yeah, but if you, if this one, if like one of your props are down, you like have to change it with the.
We haven't heard any props on this though, have we? It's still got all the stock props on it, so it's done a good job. The props ride low in the frame, so even if you're touching something, it does a good job protecting the props. So in that regard, it's been pretty good. You're not going to spend a bunch of time wrenching on this thing. It seems to hold up pretty well. You can see the like these supports and whatnot, they're a lot more substantial than say what's on something like this. But it is a lot heavier, which is why I think it doesn't have any acro capabilities. But anyway, babbled on enough. We'll fire him up here with a battery and get a little bit of flying footage, and that's it. You guys can decide yourself if you think this is something that you want. You give it thumbs up or thumbs down. 2 thumbs up. All right. Let's take it flying. All right. We're gonna throw a battery in here. Flat side to that. And there. Turn on your transmitter, buddy. Alright, she's powered up. She's got solid blue. That means we got link. And there goes Mason over there to get in his pilot's chair. Radio's got blue, which means it's linked, so this should be taking off here shortly. Alright, buddy, you're good. Don't crash, we're filming. There you go, straight to forward flight.